Hello there, boys and girls, and welcome back to the Fact or Fiction channel. And in today's video we're going to be looking at 3 cases in which we see a few channels and making some claims and we're going to give you the alternate truth, in our opinion, of what these claims are and what we're actually seeing. Now, I'm going to dedicate this video to Jerry Ball, who's a fantastic information gatherer and knows a fair bit about using applications and obviously how to read said images and use said equipment. And this is what we've managed to obviously research up, and to our knowledge is 100% correct, and this is our alternate view to you. Now, case 1, we'd like to address a comment which was made in a live hangout. I'm not going to mention no names but you'll see quite clearly in the hangout a comment there which was made. There is another satellite behind the sun, but last year they shut it off because they were able to see what was happening behind the sun. Stereo behind doesn't mean it's behind the sun. Now, as you can see here quite clearly from the images, we have stereo A and stereo B over here. Now obviously that's your centre, so they are like at a 25-degree sort of perigee from dead centre. There's where stereo A is located, there is where stereo B is located, and you can find this in multiple or thousands of links if you just do a simple Google search. Obviously that looks at that side of the sun, and stereo A looks at that side of the sun. And at the time, obviously, this is where Mercury was, this is where Venus was, and this is where Earth was. We have never had a camera behind the sun, and so I hope that really lays that to rest. Lays that to rest. And obviously, yet again, just goes to show that research is not being done correctly when comments are being made. So now that's clarified up, we can go on to the second case. Now, in the second case, this is addressed to WSO Mr. Steve Olsen. Now, in this video, he asks for help to identify objects on the H1 camera. We cannot do it, as you clearly see, and the video was made on the 4th of May. Now, Mr. Olsen, I'm going to address this video to you. I hope the information we give to you now helps in your studies, in your research. But we've managed to identify, obviously, what these bright, objects that you're seeing on the images are. Now, I do recommend, in order to fully eliminate what things are, you can buy an application called Starry Night. Now, the new Starry Night is a tad bit expensive, but you can still buy the old Starry Night, which gives you, the same translation for what you're needing in regards to identifying objects from, whether it's Secchi or etc. And it will suit for your purposes, really, really well. Now, as you can see here, this is the image that WSO gives, and obviously these are the little sort of like stars that the raw footages give. Now, all we need to do is obviously do a side-by-side comparison. Now, this is the image, like you can see, which is from Steve Olsen, and you've got the 3 bright sort of like patterned stars there, So as you can see, it's not being changed or being manipulated, it's still here. And this is obviously, the application used to describe what these are. Now as you can see, that sort of white line there is Mercury. This round object here is Venus. This is Earth. And this one here, which you could not fathom out what it could be, is actually Antares. Now as you can see, obviously on the Starry Night app it gives you a few more star details than what this does, but you can still identify and do, and match up quite easily by looking at some of the stars it does give you. As you can see here, you've got 1, 2, 3 said stars matching 1, 2, 3 said stars, you know what I mean? One down here, one down here. So you can do your relative comparisons quite easy by just, looking and sort of matching up. So they actually do fit. And I hope this information helps you into your investigations. And let me just move on. It's just another example, as you can see, from the original image. If we go here, there's your Mercury, there's your Venus, like there, Antares, Earth, and obviously yet again you can see the star pattern, so you obviously do your process of elimination. Now I hope this helps you. Like I says, Mr. Olsen, you don't have to take what we say on board, you probably won't, but the information is correct. And it's down to you to decide whether, obviously, you want to use the information or not. But that's case 2. Now, case 3 is the claim that we have brown dwarf planets around our sun. Now, this is the raw fits image of the said discoveries, and as you can clearly see, there's, if you look into it, you can't hardly sort of see, nothing looks untowards in the raw fits. Now obviously we heard the person say that they had to view this for a fair few hours, and only through that observation did he sort of notice that there was objects and maybe planets around said objects that you could notice. Now we've had a really good in-depth look at this. Now obviously with there not being no timestamp on the photo that is showing, it's sort of relatively hard, so we've done it with the newest sort of images, and obviously unless this is an older image that is showing that we haven't noticed or what, we've had to just simply go by, obviously, sort of last night's footage, or 12 hours ago when it was looked into. Now, the original FITS image at this period does not show any foreign objects. Right, now, before he looks into it, Mr. Bell goes, his guess is that it's simply a compression artifact that is showing up. Now this was his initial guess by looking at the FITS image, which I showed you here, and obviously looking at the graphical image there. Once upon looking into it and obviously manipulating it a bit, can you actually see where this comes from? Now as we can see the coronal hole at the bottom, at the top, right, this is the actual, as you can see if I highlight over here, I don't want to say the name of the channel, but the channel's picture here, and as you can see after Jerry Bell has done his manipulation etc, he jokingly insists, my pick wins, I have more planets. And as you can see there's a little object there, but this end picture here actually proves what we've actually found this to be, and this is a compression of JPEG image, and there you go. As you can clearly see, after manipulating with the colours, etc., you can create quite a lot of planets, as you can see. And even this one, as he points out, I can even get a gas cloud around my brown dwarf. I bet if someone sent this to said name to show a gas cloud around the brown dwarf, he will believe and show it as proof. So yes, it's basically a compression, artifact and compression of JPEG images, and that's why it causes the distortion. The more you tamper with the picture, obviously, the more it's going to look, sort of fuzzy and not correct. So basically, what we're basically saying is, in a nutshell, that what is actually showing you is, a JPEG manipulated sort of compression image. Now, when we say manipulated, we don't mean that he's added these. Obviously, when we're talking about when you're moving your pixels and you're zooming in and stuff like that. Graphically, the computer, is trying to, audit all these pixelations, and obviously it's just a compression of JPEG after JPEG after JPEG, and it makes something stand out. Now, obviously, we've shown a clear case of how you can easily do this, what T.R.O.L.L has, and at some point, I'm hoping to ask T.R.O.L.L if he'd like to come on live and actually do a live demonstration of how you can actually do this, so then you get to see the alternate view. Now, I hope this sort of gives you a better idea of the alternate side of what this could be, instead of it just being a brown dwarf. And obviously it's down for you people to decide which side you believe. Obviously we're not here to say that anyone's wrong. We're not here to have a go at anybody. We're just here as normal, just trying to give you the other side of what this could, what these claims could be. And with that said, I wish you all the best. I look forward to your questions. I won't be answering any manipulative or harassing or bullying questions. Before I end the video, I'd like to thank each and every one of you who have supported us, and at the times we're going through at the moment. I'd like to thank you all for the well wishes of my daughter. Now, obviously, like I said, innocent till proven guilty. It could have been just a neighbour's kid's friend who's been messing, who came in, called for his friend, had an air rifle, messing about with it. But obviously, I won't know further details until the police have fully interviewed and checked, the devices of this said Simon. Obviously, we have got proof that this person did call out to the said person, did ask, for an email with any UK residents, and we'd be dealt with. And obviously, the police need to look into that. I'm not saying for 1 second that he stooped as low as to do that, or that he has contacted and organised this, but process of elimination needs to be done. If a screenshot was captured where someone's reaching out to somebody, and that person could go as low as to do something like that, then it needs to be investigated. But I will keep you informed of what's being said, and obviously later on I won't have a problem in showing any transcripts or anything that needs to be seen. But until obviously questions being done, there's only, again, I can't really show or deliver anything until the process of elimination has been done. But mark my words, I'll keep everybody fully informed. I will show and provide evidence. As you know, anybody who follows this channel, we don't make claims and then not provide it with evidence. So obviously it will be shown, but for the time being, with it being early doors and obviously questioning's going on, there's not much I can really do. With that said, like I said, thank you all who supported and left their well wishes, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.